let's start the annual Saints Happy Hour bracket. This year, it's the Drew Brees worst decision bracket.
This is my baby.
It is amazing. Remember to check our Twitter feed and vote on the polls, because if we have a tie, we won't tonight because Kevin's not here, but if we ever have a tie, your vote on the Twitter poll breaks the tie. And we want you to be interactive. If we go astray of the Twitter poll, then we'll talk about it and maybe we're making bad decisions. But this bracket, we start.
I feel like we need. Do we not have? I feel like we should have had somebody make like a song for this. We need like a special Drew Brees' worst decision intro song. No, I could come up if I can figure out how to record something. I could write something. What should it sound? It should be. I feel like it should be like a Wayne's World thing, like a Drew Brees worst decision bracket.
We have professional we have patrons that are musicians.
We do.
But we should. You guys should record.
Yes, quick, just a quick like.
You should reach out to Stevik.
10-second like jingle. 10-second jingle. If you got something for the Drew Brees decision intro music, worst bracket, send it in. Where should they send it, Ralph? They probably already know.
Send it to saintshappyhour@gmail.com or just DM me.
Slide in Ralph's DMs.
DMs on Twitter or Patreon if you're a patron, which you should be a patron. By the way, we have a special gift for annual patrons that we will be giving them before the football season starts. So you should become an annual patron. You get a month for free, and you'll get a cool gift that me and Dave are working on. So let's begin the bracket, Thomas. We got the number 1 seed. This is a strong number 1. This is the strongest number 1 seed I think we've ever had. Drew Brees going on Yahoo Finance is the number 1 seed. And it is taken on the 16 seed, hanging with Bear GRYLLS, which I want to say, we'll get to it in a second. I think that's, I mean, if you talk about bad decisions, Dave, Yahoo Finance is, whoo, I mean, it's as bad as it gets. By the way, it's the year anniversary of that this week. It was Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So, you got to give a little background. That was 2020. This was, same time as the George Floyd protests and, just a lot of, awareness of police brutality and all that kind of stuff. And Drew went on Yahoo Finance and basically said, did he say that he doesn't respect people who don't stand for the flag?
Can't kneel for the flag. You
always got to be standing for the flag.
Can't kneel for the flag. He did his same spiel that he had been doing forever about the flag, and I guess he didn't realize that the times were changing.
He didn't do a good job of reading the room.
Yeah, he didn't read the room. But the thing is, Andrew, to basically set all his goodwill on fire on something called Yahoo Finance. I didn't even know what the hell that was.
Well, the crazy thing about it is that he went on this thing, and you can see this here. We still don't even know what Yahoo Finance is. I didn't even know it existed until he did that interview.
It's a separate website off of Yahoo. I mean, I guess.
I get it. Yeah, but
is it bigger than this podcast? That is a legit question.
Yes. And the guy that interviewed him is some nobody that I've never heard of, and I never even really heard the interview other than the sound clips in question. Right? That's where everyone went, and when it blew up, it was really isolated to just that. So it's why was he going on Yahoo Finance? Was he talking about all his horrible investments? Was he talking about Dogecoin? What was going on?
Great stock tip. We never heard it because Yahoo Finance only played the flag.
We don't know.
No. He was what was he going on for? I'm going to look this up. He had a real reason. He was promoting something, I think.
He was promoting jeans with Wrangler or something.
Was that it, or Untuck It? Was it Untuck It?
Yeah, probably. I mean, It's like Bomani Jones says. It could have been Drew Brees could have gave you the greatest 5-minute stop. He could have told you to do Dogecoin. It could have been amazing. Doesn't matter. Yahoo Finance never played it because it was all his flag comments.
Yeah. All right. So it's going up against Bears, right?
Bear GRYLLS.
GRYLLS, I think.
GRYLLS.
Yeah.
GRYLLS. I think this seed, Andrew, it's a little bit. This seed, you could say it was the 16 seed, but it's one bad alligator bite from being the number 1 seed. I feel like this was a potentially worse decision than we.
Well, I mean, if he had gotten bitten by the alligator, that certainly would have been potentially horrific. But I don't know. If anything, what Brees going on that show did for us is, I remember it created a GIF. There was a GIF out there where it was like, side by side, and it was Atlanta's quarterback with Matt Ryan, and he was wearing the bra, or the Shy Tuttle GIF, whatever you want. And then there's Brees holding the alligator over his shoulder. Yeah. So, I mean, I have a soft spot in my heart for him going on that show because I feel like it gave us that. It made him just look like a total badass. And it was another excuse to make fun of Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
In the process.
And the thing is with this is, Dave, is outdoors challenge, is it more challenging outdoors throwing to Tommy Lee than going with Bear GRYLLS somewhere?
Yeah, it's definitely, first of all, this is my favorite entry into this contest because you still cannot pronounce Bear GRYLLS' name correctly.
GRYLLS. It's like
so
like
I'm really enjoying
Adobo, Adabo.
Ralph can't say anyone's name right.
Fuck you, Thomas.
I love that. I love you, Thomas. Look, I mean, the truth of the matter is this whole show was a setup. It was a very controlled environment. Yes, it was made to look like there was some risk involved or some danger, but I'm sure in reality, I'm sure in reality it wasn't really a big deal. So, that compared to being like the top headline in like America for like 2 days with your Yahoo Finance comments, doesn't hold a candle. So this is a no-brainer.
All right, can we just advance Yahoo Finance already?
Well, we can. The one thing I will say, Thomas gets a vote too now. So Thomas, do you vote Yahoo Finance as well?
That's 4 people then. What about the tie?
We've got the tiebreaker.
We got the tiebreaker. But the one thing I was going to say about
there's
Yahoo,
a tie, then whoever Thomas voted for loses.
No, we also have the fan vote. Remember, Andrew?
Yeah.
The one thing I will say about Yahoo Finance is, it was funny to me, is people saw Yahoo Finance in the bracket, and I had a bunch of people, they're like, what about the flag? What about the kneeling? I'm like, dude, Yahoo Finance incorporates all of that. And by the way, Yahoo Finance is the biggest one-hit wonder in the history of internet things ever. Like, you can't name the host, you can't name another thing from Yahoo Finance. One-hit wonder superstar. So
Yahoo Finance won the fan vote by like 97%.
It was pitching a perfect game for the first.
It was incredible.
17 hours of that.
Yahoo Finance. This, by the way, Thomas, I will just say this little PowerPoint presentation you've put together here for our video.
Dude, it is not PowerPoint, Dave. Thomas, explain to these people. This took him. It takes him so much work, Dave, because he has to render each different bracket possibility. Like, it crashes his computer. It took him hours upon hours to make the confetti and shit. Like, this is hot. It's way higher and much more degree of difficulty than it looks.
Ralph, make sure you pay Thomas 2 salamis this month for his hard work. Okay, well, this has been great.
Damn.
This is top notch.
You are too good for me.
So now we go to
salamis.
The 8-9 matchup, which this matchup it was interesting, but then when I found, because it's number 8, bad Drew Brees' worst decisions, throwing to Zach Strief, number 8, or telling the media
He's a friend
he had
of
a
the podcast,
vasectomy,
man. You did him dirty. You did him dirty. Friend of the podcast.
You
I
win
did him
this
dirty,
one,
but it's
Philip.
going to get better, Dave. I found the video of throwing to Zach Strief, and me and Thomas cut it up, and Thomas has it, and it's way worse than I remember. If people can't see, if you're listening on the podcast, you can't see it. Poor Zach Strief, he looks like me trying to climb steps. Like, it's just terrible. Andrew, when they do this replay, break it down for people. What happened to Zach Strief here?
Well,
it looks
first
like
of all, did Brees airmail this a little bit?
No.
Did he go
a
a
little
high?
bit, but like Zach Strief
No.
like falls down. He fell down,
It
and
looks
then
like
Zach couldn't jump up because his momentum was already carrying him backwards. So like if Zach had the ability to jump, he could have easily caught that. And he also he doesn't get a clean block off the line. He stumbles off his block.
throw by Drew though.
I mean, it could have been a little bit better, I guess. I don't know, but this is frustrating to watch. This is really difficult to keep watching this over and over.
Brees
It's like every
has
time
this
I
look
keep
on his
watching this,
face.
and I'm like, one of these times they show this, he's going to catch it, and he just never does.
We
Jesus
did
Christ.
Zach so dirty. He's never.
Brees
though
has
he's
this
coach
look
now,
on
he
his
never
face
would
like
come on the podcast. He's never
Brees
come
has
on.
this look on his face like I told you that was a stupid fucking play.
Is this the Halloween game? Is this
He
the
gave
Halloween
Peyton the
game?
death stare. It was the Halloween game.
Yeah, this was the game. So fun fact about this game. This was the game that Malcolm Jenkins and Darren Sharper and all the secondary guys wore boxing robes and boxing shorts that I made for them. Because this was 2010, right? This is the year after the Super Bowl. And I made these boxing robes for them, and it says Super Bowl champs across the hood, and it's got the Saints old school Louisiana logo on the left chest, and it's got their nicknames across the backs. And I remember Darren, they were all wearing them in the post-game press conference. I think we won that game like 10-7 or 10-3 or
yeah.
it was higher scoring than I thought. But and I remember they were all wearing in their post-game press conferences. They were wearing the robes that I made for them. I thought it was like the coolest thing. And then Darren Sharper went and got arrested for being a rapist.
Yeah. When you said Darren Sharper, I was like, wait, wasn't he in jail yet? Nope.
Yeah, no. I have a picture of him in my store of him wearing the robe. It's in the back. It's in the back where I stay, not like out in public.
Yeah, I would not share that with anyone.
This is a tough one because this throwing to Zach Strief was clearly a bad decision. But Andrew, the vasectomy confession, I had forgotten until
Do
Thomas.
we have audio of this?
We don't have audio, but Thomas went and searched it out and found the quote from it.
Oh yeah, remind me what was said. I don't even remember this.
I mean, Thomas can pull it up in a second. Drew Brees was like at the quarterback club or something, and there it is. I think I'm done. I might have to follow Jim Henderson's recommendation from the Touchdown Club luncheon last week. He was saying the V word, and that was for me, vasectomy. We've got some football games to win first. And then, as I've been told by those who have experienced it, do it Saturday before the final round of the Masters. So I've got an excuse to lay around and watch it. It's a great quote.
Yeah. I just remember like Kat Terrell and someone else, another female reporter tweeting about it. And it's just like, great, Drew, you just told them about your balls.
This one's a hard one. This one's a hard one.
This is hard.
I'm going Zach Strief, throwing to Zach Strief just because I want to be able to make fun of that video more. And if we eliminate it, we won't get to see it anymore the rest of the bracket.
Well, yeah, I like this graphic.
I'm voting Zach Strief.
It was nice of Drew to let Philip Rivers win against him at something. This Philip Rivers has like 16 kids by now.
Yeah.
10.
I don't think he's getting a vasectomy.
Only 16?
anytime
Philip
soon.
Rivers is coaching all his kids' high school football team now.
Yeah.
The high school football team is the whole family. Yeah,
yeah. That's the whole team is his kids.
I vote throwing to Strief. Dave, who do you vote for?
Yeah, this is tough because the whole throwing to Streif thing, I hate to say it, again, friend of the podcast, but I think that one's on Streif. It's not so much a Drew's error. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I've had a vasectomy, and I've talked about it, and it's not a big deal. We're men. We talk about these things. This is a natural part of life.
You don't do that in mixed company.
And
in
also,
front of media.
And also, he got some good advice. I mean, I've heard most people like to do it like that first weekend of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that's a good time.
But the Masters, that's a good weekend to do it too. I really do want to continue making fun of Zach Streif in the throw, but I'm going with the vasectomy confession.
I think I am too.
Yeah.
No, Thomas, who are you going with?
I am going throwing to Zach Streif so we can have our fans decide.
Oh, the fan poll! Pull it up, Thomas.
It was close.
Give
It was
the fans
close.
vote.
They decided
Home run LSU.
54% vasectomy confession, 45% Zach Streif. Just barely, the vasectomy wins out.
Disappointed. That's why democracy is a bad idea.
Ralph wants to rule with an iron thumb.
I just that video, and I was proud of myself, Thomas. I did that video using OBS, and I had it the right size and everything. I was real proud of myself. It only took me like 25 minutes to edit. I like, I like how he has the Philip Rivers smiling on the winter confetti graphics. Thomas, you are a graphics maestro.
Philip Rivers has 9 children, by the way, for the record.
God damn, that is a lot of
Yeah.
So
Brees has 4?
Yes.
4, right?
4,
Yeah.
Yeah. Three boys and a girl.
I mean, he's literally got Brees doubled up and then some.
So our next matchup.
How much are we doing here? What are we doing? One side of that? Just one side?
We're doing
there?
we got the red
puck.
side and the blue side.
Right.
We didn't do a good job of naming the regions. So the next one is the number 4 Blue Diamonds, aka Drew Brees investing in diamonds that weren't really diamonds, and verse number 13 wearing the KOJAK hat at the Super Bowl celebration. Let's start with the diamond investment, which was hysterically bad. Like, he bought these diamonds that were supposedly worth like $9.5 million. They were really only worth like barely 5.
Blue diamond almonds would have been better investments.
He bought so many diamonds, you'd think he had an album dropping, right? But and the thing was, I had forgotten about this. Andrew, he had to like go to court for these.
Yeah.
For this.
He won. He won his case.
He won. I wonder if he's got. Look, that dude
there he
looks
is.
sad.
Yeah.
He looks as sad as us after the 2018 NFC Championship.
Notice
game.
the hair, by the way.
Uh-huh.
He looks.
We'll get back to that. We'll talk more about the hair
In 1 week.
Yeah.
He looks defeated, Dave. Right there.
He does. He looks
people
sad.
that
Look at those.
listen on the
Look at
podcast.
those.
The man told me the diamonds were worth a lot.
Look at those furrowed brows and his sad eyes. He's like a puppy. He looks like a little puppy who knows he just pissed on the floor and he's in trouble. Right? That's exactly what he looks like.
I kind of want to give Drew a hug, man.
It
Looks like he needs a hug.
That is people that can't see it on the podcast. That is as sad of a Drew Brees expression as you will ever see, because he's big. Andrew, they're big on like the body language, him and Sean Payton. So you never see that like, during games, right?
Well,
you
now he's doing what his lawyers tell him to do. Now he's portraying the body language his lawyers are telling him.
So here it
to
is.
portray.
Drew Brees, a veteran quarterback for the Saints, is suing a California jeweler who sold Brees and his wife Brittany about a $15 million investment in grade diamonds. The diamonds are actually worth about $6 million. The couple later found out through an independent appraiser, according to the report. The jeweler, Vahid Maradi, reportedly said he did mark up the diamonds, but charged the couple the price he believed the diamonds could be resold for in 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, well, that sounds sketchy. That sounds like bullshit.
Wow.
I mean,
I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
I mean, Drew kind of sounds like a sucker, man.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you get that appraised by a third party before investing?
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's why, I don't want to give away my vote, but I mean, that's why this is the stronger contender of the two, because, he wound up getting his money back because I think he wound up winning the case, or I assume he got his money back through winning the case. But the damage is still done, and the damage is the fact that, you just look like a guy who just chases, you just put a carrot in front of you. And you just go after it, like you just look like, it's like, I mean, especially when you couple it with a lot of the other things on this list, like the tax credits, or the Advocare, or the whatever.
Advocare, the Jazz Land.
Do you think? Do you think when the judge made his ruling and said, "Yeah, I rule in favor of Drew Brees," but by the way, just so we're clear, you're an idiot.
I feel like there is a non-zero chance Drew Brees is going to invest in some sort of Bitcoin, and the website's going to be like, "This was a scam all along," and Drew's going to be out like $40 million.
I don't understand, like why diamonds? That's so weird. Diamonds speculative
forever.
I mean, that's like
forever.
It's just bizarre. I don't know. It's a weird investment to me.
All right. So what I can't even remember. What is it going up against again?
It's going up of him wearing the KOJAK hat at the Super Bowl celebration, which was pretty freaking terrible. I mean,
the KOJAK hat was cool like 50 years ago. That's.
I'm Drew Brees, and I'm a member of the Players Club.
Ralph, if your wife put that hat out for you to wear, like if she just laid out the hat, would you wear it? Or would you second guess it? Would you second guess it? Would you be like, actually, Celia, I know I have no fashion sense, but this might be wrong.
I would probably, if she put that out for me, to wear for Channel 4 during one of my in-season hits, I would probably wake her up in the morning and be like, "Are you sure? Or was this a mistake? Is it just laying here?" Like, I would double check with her and enrage her by waking her up in the morning to double check. I would doubt that she did that for me, because that would be really bad.
Well, now wait. Now your wife dresses you every day, every morning, and this says Drew has worse fashion sense than Ralph. So I mean, that's really a shot at Seely. I mean, this is really saying Drew has a worse fashion sense than Seely because she's the one that dresses you.
No.
So can we get her opinion on here? Can we get
because if you saw what I mean, like look what I'm wearing now. Like my wife didn't dress me, and I'm wearing like a LSU national championship T-shirt and sweatpants. I mean, so like I don't think that's a shot at her. I think that's a complete shot at me.
Yeah, I pulled a Ralph on Celia.
Did you guys notice the irony there of Dave mispronouncing Ralph's wife's name? There's like 7 jokes baked in there.
Yeah. My wife, people mispronounce her so much.
My wife.
She just lets white people call her Sally.
You could not pay me enough money to wear that KOJAK hat. That thing is hideous.
My brother wears a hat like that.
And he rocks it with a freaking
How old is your brother?
Enormous scarf. Look at that scarf.
Yeah, let's talk about this. So my brother wears a hat like that pretty regularly, which one tells you how bad it is. And how often does he wear it? He wears it regularly. My brother is he was born in 1965, so he's 56.
Old as fuck.
He's old AF, yeah, 56. Lives in Queens. And he's really into the blues.
I feel like you got to be into the blues to wear that hat.
I feel like this was an easy one to
get vaccinated.
Started, but Dave's discussion of the hat and Andrew discussion that I'm going wearing the hat. I'm going upset here. I'm going 13 over the Blue Diamonds.
Wow.
Andrew, who you got?
I'm going Blue Diamonds. I mean, that's
Dave?
just so stupid. I mean, that almost cost them $10 million.
Yeah, it didn't. I mean, both of them are bad looks. The hat is physically a bad look. Investing in stupid diamonds is just a bad look in general.
I mean, imagine a parallel universe where Brees never recovers from his shoulder injury, and like he signs with, like, let's say he never signs with the Saints, the doctors flag him, and he doesn't get that contract, and Brees is stuck with that diamond investment and none of the money that he made in his career in New Orleans because his shoulder is just so. Let's say the surgery failed, right?
It sinks him.
It sinks him.
It's
like there's a parallel universe where that diamond thing like sends him into a abyss of sadness and bad business decisions and
there is a parallel universe where Drew Brees is signing autographs in West Lafayette, his old Rose Bowl jerseys, to make money.
Yeah. Well, I'm going with Blue Diamonds just because of the fact that then, after this whole thing, then he had to like spend time with lawyers and testify on trial, and it wound up taking time out of his life. So
I wonder how much
Blue
the lawyers
Diamonds
cost him. And I wonder if he's gotten his money. So, Thomas, who you got in this?
That's the thing. Oh, there you go. That's actually a good point. He actually did wind up losing money on this because probably even if he wins his case and he gets the difference between, what the Blue Diamonds are worth and what he paid for them, he still has to pay his lawyer. So he's actually out that money.
Yeah. And a Drew Brees lawyer.
Does he get the actual money? Just because you win it in court doesn't mean you get it. Right.
So Blue Diamonds all the way.
And I think that Drew Brees' lawyer is probably more expensive than Steve Juge by the hour, I'm guessing.
I don't know. Steve Juge is tip top, right?
He is.
Ouch. Shots fired at Dad.
I'm just kidding.
Love you, Dad.
Thomas, what's your pick?
My vote goes for Blue Diamonds, obviously, because I think the hat doesn't look that bad. Like I think Ralph's. I think Ralph's wardrobe looks worse than that hat.
Come on.
This is a cultural thing here. This is totally
Coach. He's like, the KOJAK hat looks nice. Yes,
maybe they are more popular in Poland than in the USA.
Yeah, they must be.
Yeah. You like the scarf too, don't you? You like the combo with the jersey.
But our fans agree with us.
Completely. The little 10-year-old kids that sell newspapers on the street corner wear those hats in Poland.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The poll was pretty strong on this one. But the interesting thing about this matchup is it's going to be a recurring theme of bad financial decisions and bad fashion decisions. Like this is the first time, but it won't be the last time that we'll have head-to-head matchups of this sort of theme of Drew Brees, questionable financial decision versus questionable fashion decision. We got a couple more of these, so I like this one. It seems legit, but I can't get over the sad. I forgot how sad how sad he was in court. I had completely forgotten that. So the last matchup of this beginning of the first round, this side of the bracket is number 5 shirt at first press conference and number 12 cooking anything and posting it on social media. And by the way, just because Drew is probably listening to this show and listening to this bracket, he did today. He cooked something he called beef stew. It looked like vomit in a pot. So we'll get to that in a sec. We'll get Thomas. There it is. I mean,
I was going to say I gotta go look it up. Actually, that looks. I mean, of all the things he's posted, that looks most like what it's supposed to be. Like that at least looks like beef stew to me.
Yeah, like the pizza where he just dumped everything, including
The
like
pizza-
shoes and furniture on it.
The pizza thing was my favorite because he was like, "This is a barbecue chicken pizza that I ordered," but then I added everything else to it. It wasn't a barbecue chicken pizza at all. It was a fucking kitchen sink pizza.
Yeah.
And then what? Then his red beans. There was something about his red beans.
He's got
looked
so
pathetic.
many. Thomas is freaking out because I went out. We got sidetracked and we went out of order because it would start with the shirt. We start with the shirt at the press conference. Somebody made a point when we posted this on Twitter. They're like, maybe his shoulder was so wrecked he couldn't wear anything else. And then I felt bad for like 5 seconds. But then I'm like, no. He could have worn another shirt. That shirt. He's signing. Andrew, he's signing a $60 million contract with basically the Saints paid him $10 million the first year, and he got a bonus that kicked in March of 2007, which was $12 million. So he's getting a $60 million contract, and that's what he freaking decided to wear. Like,
I think that shirt is actually the reason why he started sponsoring Untucked, because he was like, "Oh my god, I remember that shirt I wore."
I mean,
and it looked like a blouse. It looked like a blouse. So, I need to invest my money in a company where the shirts look good when they're untucked.
First of all, personal opinion here: if you're gonna go, if you're button down, long sleeve, you don't get a short sleeve button down. Like, either go button down, long sleeve, or get a polo if you're gonna go collared shirt, short sleeve. But yeah, it's oversized. It looks ridiculous. And yeah, it's one thing if you're wearing that one day when you're, I don't know, on the golf course, or like, I don't know, just at a meal, at a casual meal with friends. But like you said, he's meeting Mickey Loomis, he's meeting Sean Payton. It's his first introduction in New Orleans, like, to the fans and everything. And this is the shirt he picks. I mean,
if he would have had a jacket over it, it wouldn't have been so bad.
And I remember during that press conference, there's a picture of Brittany just looking at him with the most puppy dog, like, adoring eyes. And I'm just like, how did you let him leave the house looking like this? I mean, love knows no bounds, I guess. But I just I look at the shirt. And in fact, Drew Brees, when they said, it's the 15-year anniversary or whatever, he tweeted, "Nice shirt, Drew." So I think even he knows how terrible of a selection.
I will give this the most damning endorsement imaginable. When I was, after I had the meeting yesterday with Thomas, I was going through all the stuff, and my wife came by my computer and she saw Drew. My wife. She saw the picture of Drew in the shirt, and she said, "Jesus Christ, I don't even think you would wear something that bad."
Whoa. Shots
fired.
I mean,
that's
a damning indictment of that.
I think we might be going below the belt, guys. Drew, that might be a little.
That might be. I mean,
although I guess he went below the belt with vasectomies, so.
This one's hard. This
that
one's
shirt's
a hard
terrible.
One.
That shirt is terrible.
I mean,
Dave,
because
by
the
way,
shirt's
Dave,
terrible.
Are you wearing a button down with short sleeves?
I'm wearing a Columbia PFG.
Okay.
That's
Dave,
acceptable.
I want you, when you're laying down, I want you to wear a smoking jacket next podcast. I want you to be
pipe? Can I get a pipe?
Really? You can get a pipe. I want you to have a pipe and then just pound granola and IPA and then start smoking the pipe as a finishing move. The thing with his food choices, though, is today's, as Dave said, it isn't awful in comparison to the others. Like, I mean, look at this was the one. This is the
What is
that?
That's a bay leaf.
It's a bay leaf. It's a bay leaf.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I mean,
I thought it was a slice of lemon at first.
I mean that.
I thought he put lemon.
That is
fucking
stupid. Wake up.
Beans.
People don't
in a
drag.
skillet, though. I mean, like, that's like who cooks in a skillet? Like, you cook it in a freaking pot.
What are you doing, Brees? This one's a hard one for me because they're both horrifically bad.
Do we have the pizza? Thomas, do you have the pizza graphic?
No.
We don't. The pizza one
Next
is
week,
terrible.
maybe. If
More
cooking
likely,
wins, obviously.
I say Paulson Adebo's name right, or Drew cooks something edible.
Remember that whole what was that thing in that pregame meal? Beefy Mac. Remember he's real into that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beefy
I'm
Mac.
going with the shirt. It's
Yeah.
just
I'm going with the cooking because I already made my joke about the shirt. There's not many more jokes I can make about the shirt. I made the untuck it joke. That's it. I'm done.
I'm going cooking.
I blew my load. I blew my vasectomy load. So I'm going with this. I'm going with social media. The cooking.
I'm going
underdog.
I'm
It's an
going
underdog
cooking
story.
as well. It's bad, and it's consistently bad, and we have multiple images of it which we can relive over and over again. So I like that. So I'm going cooking as well.
What? Thomas, come on, man.
And I'm gonna say my vote won't make a difference. Because our fans voted for cooking too.
Look at that. Andrew, you are a low man now.
The fans
democracy.
really hate
Odd man out.
his social media posts. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I mean, it's like extra funny because hold on, I'm eating cinnamon toast crunch.
Drew would never put something like that in his temple body.
I mean, it's like extra funny. It's the same thing with like the Jimmy John's thing. It's like, you know, if he was doing this in Cincinnati, nobody would give a shit. Nobody would even say anything. But he's doing it in New Orleans, where people one know
Take
good
food
food,
very
and two make good food, and three take food very seriously.
That's right.
And so it's like you could not
some
be in a
of
worse
some
city.
of us will eat a day-old Whopper from our fridge.
Can I just say, Thomas with the winning graphic with Drew holding the skillet with the Twitter logo in the skillet is chef's kiss.
This whole thing has been a tour de force of live podcast gold.
It is. So that's half the bracket.
Fuck it, Ralph. Give him 3 salamis this month. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Holy shit, I'm gonna get fat.
Thanks for watching the Saints Happy Hour. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then find us wherever you get your podcast. And finally, go to saintshappyhour.com and become a patron of the best Saints podcast on earth.